French President Emmanuel Macron tests positive for coronavirus.
Here's a summary of the article.
France's President Emmanuel Macron has tested positive for coronavirus, his office has said. The Élysée Palace said he was tested after showing early symptoms. He will now isolate for 7 days but will continue to work and carry out his activities remotely. The brief statement did not give details of the symptoms the French president was experiencing. He will continue to work and take care of his activities at a distance, it added. The diagnosis comes 9 days after a state visit to Paris by Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. During the 2-day trip, Mr. Macron presented his Egyptian counterpart with the Legion of Honor, the highest French award.
This post received a score of 63,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Note that Macron was at the weekly Ministers' Council yesterday, exposing potentially all of the French government.
Here's a list of his contacts, movements in recent days.
So, 25 European leaders will now need to isolate it, correct?
The Belgian Prime Minister went into quarantine, but has already testes negative.
Lack the balls was used frequently, testes negative is something new.
He also met with the Spanish PM Pedro Sánchez. Mr. Sánchez is now in quarantine.
The Spanish PM's name is Pedro Sánchez. Lol.
He's come a long way from class president.
Can he do any sweet jumps?
No, but he has a friend who's pretty good with a bow staff.
He spends his summers in Alaska with his uncle, hunting wolverines.
MI5 going all out in the Brexit negotiations.
Now don't be silly. It would be an MI6 job.
After World War I, its role was changed to intelligence in Europe. After 1941, including the Baltic states, USSR and Scandinavia, MI4, originally responsible for responsible aerial reconnaissance, interpretation and the removal of landmines. Operations of MI4 officially ceased in September 1947. MI5, Domestic Counterintelligence and Security. MI6, Foreign Intelligence and Security. MI7, originally responsible for responsible censorship, foreign and domestic propaganda, including press releases concerning army matters, translation and regulation of foreign visitors, foreign press propaganda and review. MI8, originally responsible for interception and interpretation of communications. MI9, originally responsible for aiding resistance fighters in enemy-occupied territory, recovering Allied troops who found themselves behind enemy lines, debriefing of escaped British POWs, interrogation of enemy POWs. MI10, originally responsible for weapons and technical analysis during World War II. MI11, originally responsible for protecting British troops against the enemy agents amongst civilian population during and in the theatre of war. MI14, originally responsible for Germany and German-occupied territories. Logic says MI13 never used because of traditional reasons, but Gidimi says, yeah, right.
Boris has had it. Trump has had it. Bolsonaro has had it. PM of Russia has had it. President of Bolivia and Honduras have had it. Macron has it. President of Swaziland was the first world leader to die from it.
Trudeau's wife had it, and Trudeau himself quarantined during. I don't think he actually got it, but I can't remember precisely. If he did, he was asymptomatic.
He quarantined and appeared on television every day, but he didn't get tested then as it was not the recommendation to do so at that moment. Edit. Typo.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.